It's like the same things keep breaking. Every time we try to fix it, we're both tired of trying, so let's figure out logistics. Which day you want the kids on their birthdays and at Christmas? All of the sermons that we heard, well, I guess we really missed it. What's up, world? My name is Rob B. Free Badgett, and welcome to my breakdown of Dead Roses. Yeah. So, looking back at what I call probably the beginning and the end, you know, it's like with relationships, there's the internal bleeding and then there's the external bleeding. And for us, and I say us because I think that she would agree at this point, there were several moments in our relationship where we suffered some internal bleeding. And the breakdowns, they started to really corrode the fabric of the relationship. And we just began to war. We began to fight. I remember this one time, we fought. I don't mean like brawl. I mean just like had a strong disagreement. And it was over some chicken. The chicken. And this event, it just kind of spiraled out of control. And I remember her, it's like, she was just like, back up, get away from me. And I'm like, what do you mean? And I used to be this guy. I was very young-minded, and I would provoke it, you know, but I thought I was loving. It's like, what do you mean? You know, that's just not right. You need to do the right thing. Like try and beat you over the head with some Bible, and felt like I could beat you into submission or following what I told you by pulling out all the verses and texts that I felt that you weren't listening to. And I just had a habit of doing that. It was just so stupid. You know, but there were several events that it was like, yeah, that was a death blow. Like in martial arts, like, well, what was a death blow? And it's like this move when the old kung fu movies, they do like this death touch, this and you don't die right there, you die later. And for us, these moments that happen in our relationship, they were just puncturing major arteries. And this, they say that there's core areas of that every relationship has to be healthy in. That's the area of communication, sex, and money. Like those are like the core areas that if you're struggling in these areas, then you need to figure out how to deal with it, because it's going to be an issue if you don't. And we struggled with all three of those areas. You know, our first year of marriage was by far the worst year, one of the worst years of the relationship. You know, I had lost my job. Beginning of it, we just had our child. We hadn't really known each other yet. We still somewhat strangers, and we had these individual loads of baggage that we brought in, and they showed up quickly. I didn't know how to be a husband. She didn't know how to be a wife, and that kind of set the tone, you know, for the beginning of our relationship. She's hiding money. I'm mismanaging money. Our sex life was just like inconsistent. It was just like all over the place. And I'm trying to engage in thoughts that I had prior to marriage and thinking, oh, this is just gonna fold in. It's gonna roll right in. It doesn't work like that. You know, her having dealt with different issues in her past, and we just roll that into it. And then not knowing how to communicate. Now, I'm an extrovert. She's an introvert. We didn't really know how to do that effectively. I'm thinking loud and we got to talk right now. Introverts, it takes them time to process and unpack, and we didn't really know how to do that. So you just marry that to life, because life alone brings its own package of challenges. And when you're not equipped to deal with life and deal with life with another person, you're in trouble. So the beginning of the end, it just was like that led her all the way up to a good 10 and a half, 11-year run where we got to a place where it's like, you know what, the internal bleeding is now external, and we can't hide this anymore. And I remember the last conversation we had, we was in her bedroom, and she was just like, you know, I just don't want this relationship anymore. I don't want the marriage. And she has said that. She has said it, you know, several times. I want a divorce. And that D word, it just would rock me. But I didn't want to accept it. And I'm not saying that the whole ending of the marriage was on her, but I am saying that both of us played a role. We played a part in that, in the destruction, the demise, in the dying of our roles. And, you know, we just had to deal with it. We had to get to a place where we accepted the fact that our relationship had died.